Everyone, welcome my very, very kind, sweet, badass friend, Jen Kim. Jen is a brand futurist and CEO of Master Brand Institute. And if you don't already know who she is definitely worth the like and the follow. Jen is really the brains behind a lot of beautiful and awesome brands that are launched in the marketplace. Welcome to the Mary Dee Show. I'm your host, Mary Dee, here to be your guide as we extract wisdom and life lessons from top CEOs, thought leaders, artists, spiritual luminaries, and wellness experts. My intention is to bring you value in every show that sparks an idea, helps you break a limiting belief, or encourages you to create thoughts that up-level your life so that you can know from the deepest parts of your soul that everything you want is available to you and that abundance is your birthright. In 2018, I healed from breast cancer holistically after surgery without the use of chemotherapy or pharmaceuticals. I love biohacking and plant medicine and exploring spirituality and what it means to be in relationship with spirit so that we can feel whole and complete no matter what life throws at us. My specialty in the business world is strategy and leadership, and my gift to each of you is my ability to listen so that I can help others see themselves. In each episode, I want to sprinkle you with some hope dust, tickle your funny bone, and inspire you to find your inner roar. Get ready to live your most aligned, purposeful, and joy-filled life now, and enjoy the show.
Failure is the path to success. I lived in an Asian home where, me becoming a doctor or something that society says is traditional and successful was kind of what was fed to me. So therefore, I always aimed to be top of class, front of the room, all that type of stuff. And so when I became an entrepreneur and started my business, I thought that was what you actually needed. And I realized very quickly that failure is not just something you think of that's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Right.
And so I would say to my younger self, it's okay to fail. In fact, because you're failing, you're moving forward.
Yes. So good. So good. I think that a lot of times the paralysis people get stuck in is, well, I can't make a mistake. So let me try to get all my ducks in a row. Let me not be imperfect in just moving forward. And that is actually the complete opposite, right? It's the willingness to move forward, even if it's not absolutely perfect. Now, I will say this, you do a beautiful job of coming in and helping brands look much more perfect and developed and give them strategy so that they can actually launch successfully. What's the magic there? How did you wake up one day and you're like, wow, I'm just really good at this brand stuff? How do you come to that conclusion? Or were you clunky and then one day you're like, no, I'm actually really good at this. I've got my 10,000 hours in.
Okay, so I have a long winding story, so I won't tell the whole thing. Hit me up on Instagram, we'll talk story. But I will say this, what I do today, I've always done since the beginning of my career. Talk about the 10,000 hours. I think it's probably 100,000 hours. I'm a seasoned chicken, not a spring chicken. I didn't ever think I was going to do this. I knew I didn't want to be a doctor or in the health profession because I didn't like blood. And when I was younger, in second grade, everybody asks you, what do you want to be when you grow up? So everybody in class says, the boys were saying, I want to be a police officer. I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a doctor. And all of the girls in my class were saying that they wanted to be teachers and nurses and moms. And I got up and told Sister Fatima at St. Michael's School, where there was only 17 of us in class. And I said that I wanted to be the general counsel of Coca-Cola International. And if I got in trouble, you guys heard me coming in, I don't like getting in trouble. I like being teacher's pet. I couldn't believe that I got busted for saying that when I was in second grade. And I think about my son, because he's in second grade, he's 8 right now. And that 8-year-old Jen who felt like, what did I do wrong? And anyway, people always ask, how did you know that? I said, well, my grandma, who was an immigrant from the Philippines, she had only a 6th grade education. She used to read the newspaper every morning before we'd go to school. And she would have her Lipton hot tea, peanut butter toast, and the paper. And she would hand the business section to me. And I was like this little kid. And she said, anak, which means child in Filipino. She'd say, anak, I don't understand this section, but I think you will.
Oh.
And that's kind of how I saw the term general counsel and I read headlines about Coca-Cola International. And fast forward, to today, I didn't become the top lawyer of the biggest brand in the world, which is what a general counsel of Coca-Cola International is. But I became obsessed with why people get obsessed, why brands move the world. And so I spent the first decade of my career in the corporate world, first in advertising with the biggest agency, Ogilvy, and then ended my career launching big products to the market. My last job was a VP of marketing and strategy at Verizon. And then I jumped off and became my own boss and have been doing that since 2006. And so I figured this stuff, besides I'm obsessed with it, and I started to get good at it and really understand what the market wanted. And I just kept going. And so though I didn't become the general counsel of Coca-Cola International, I directed one of their campaigns back in my corporate days. So it's full circle kind of thing.
Yeah, that's got to feel good. So when you've been nurtured into this vision and you have the ability to live it on a daily basis, tell me, how do you continue, or do you continue to expand your vision within what you're doing? Or do you just kind of sit in the juice of like, this is yummy and this feels good to simmer right here? Or is there next level?
Oh, such a good question. It feels good to have been able to work with so many incredible humans and brands, and also some not so incredible humans and brands, and get all of that experience. And it really has made me, I think, a better person, just overall, not just a better businesswoman or brand strategist. It's actually made me understand more of who I am and what I really care about, what my values are. And so I would say that just in that self-awareness that my career has given me, that I didn't even realize how much self-awareness it helped me get. Along with, by the way, therapy and coaching, just to let y'all know, I'm not like, okay, I'm not that evolved, but like looking back at my life and what I do, I am quite pleased with all the ups, downs, crazies. I can go, okay, I did some good freaking work. I'm really excited about the next kind of season of my life. One of the things that I said is once I can succeed at whatever level I said I wanted to succeed in my business, I was like, I really want to find the time to canonize what I know and share it with other people in a more intentional way. And so I know we've talked about you writing a book, and people have been asking me to write a book forever. And in my mind, the reason I didn't even move forward besides my focus was I got like 5 books in me. And so anyway, I am writing my first formal book. I've written a ton of ebooks and lots of content, but my first book. And the whole point of that is I want to be seen now in this season as not the CEO, but the author, the person who's helping reach more people to learn how important it is to build a personal and a product brand, if that's what you want.
Yeah.
And especially women. So I'm really excited because I feel like I've worked in a lot of male dominant rooms and I love men. I always say like, I love men. I've had a lot of great mentors, but I'm for women. I think that women who have had such rich experiences, if more people knew about that, then we could be another inspiring model for, hey, I could do that too, or it sparks some inspiration. So I feel like that's my role in the next season. And I'm doing through a platform I call Femfluence, which basically our whole mission is to elevate the affluence and influence.
Thank you for joining us on today's show. I hope that today's session inspires you to live an aligned life where you get to take complete ownership of your feelings and decisions to live in your truth. You can connect with me more at www.maryd.com. You can also catch us on YouTube at The Mary Dee Show. Head on over to Instagram and Facebook and type in @VMaryD and just look for the little blue check to ensure you're on my official page.